Adult beverages are poured. The kids are asleep. Welcome to New Dad Gaming. It's a show about fatherhood, gaming, and new fathers figuring out their gaming lives.
My name is Trevor, and I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old.
On this show, we look to prove that just because you became a dad
Does not mean it's game over.
And welcome everybody to the show. So glad to have you with us. We'll start off right away with the Gaming Dad question from last week. So, any game... Oops, sorry, I went from the one from this new week. Last week was... Did you have any big Gaming Dad Christmas gift wins? Right. Did you have any particular year where you just chose the perfect gift? It was amazing. Your kids used it for the entire rest of the year. Friend of the show, Tori at Shifty25 writes in, win and loss. That's always good. Years ago, bought a Switch Lite for my stepdaughter for Christmas, and she uses it to this day and now plays Fortnite with me, which has helped us bond.
That's great.
Huge win. That's really nice. Unfortunately, it continues. It has at times caused her grades to decline as she's gotten too focused on it. I got you.
Well,
But what's more important, grades or bonding? Like,
you got really? Bonding, right? Yeah. And then, esports right around the corner.
Exactly. She's on her path to a career. But forget the academics. Like, we're talking like pro gamer Twitch money here. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
So that one I get because I bond a lot with my kids over gaming. So be it Minecraft or Mario or whatever else we're currently playing. But if they start to become too obsessed, you see those grades go. What I have found is that it works as a great carrot, right? It's just sitting them down. It's like, look, it's not necessarily that you need to get perfect grades all the time. I don't need straight A's. What I need to know is that you are living up to your potential and you're trying as hard as you can. And if you come home and your grades are bad and I don't think you've really tried your hardest, then like games go away. Right, like I've just kind of like laid that baseline for them. Like, look, you playing games in the house is a bonus to you taking care of your responsibilities, which right now is just do good at school. Right?
Yeah, and then the future where I am,
the future life where you live,
you do have more chores and responsibilities that you have to do, and so it's like priority setting, right? So games are definitely in there. They're just not number one. So if we have to go out and get you clothes on the weekend, that is priority over, playing Fortnite on your computer. That's all. We'll give heads up because we come from those gaming families. So it's like, I understand you're in an online thing. Can't stop right away. So we'll give you a heads up. But it is priority.
Yeah. So I love that one. It's always like, wrap up your game. Let's go. We have to eat. We're all sitting down for dinner. It's like, oh, I'm just in the middle of a match. It's like, what stage? Like, what's like how far? Like, I can do the lingo. Like, are you on duos? How much longer until like the world collapses? 10 minutes? Okay, we can do this. Well, I have pulled the plug sometimes because they just started a match and it's going to be like 30 minutes. You're like, no, okay, I know how long that's going to take. Forget it. Cut it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it would be funny if like you were in the game with them and they're like, how long? And you're like, and they're like, oh no, Dad, it's like 10 minutes to 50 minutes. And you're just like, boom. All right, dinner time. just like,
that would be such a baller move. So it's like, oh yeah, you pull out your SteamDeck and you just go and snipe them real quick, stream snipe them real quick.
Lunch now. You run over, lunch now.
You're teabagging. I'm like, Dad, come on. Anyways, hey, thanks so much for everybody who wrote in with answers to that. We got another Gaming Dad question. If you follow us on Twitter, Threads, anywhere else on the socials, and answer us, we'll get you featured on the show next week. Question this week. Did you have any good game pickups for you or your kids this Black Friday / Cyber Monday? Did you pick up any games, any decent pickups for this Black Friday Cyber Monday? Write into us at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com, or any other socials you can find us. Which leads to our own questions, Jeff. Now, because I was wondering for yourself, myself, we ended up doing all of their Christmas shopping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy. Okay,
Yeah,
you're ahead of the game. I am nowhere started.
We had a lot of trouble coming up with their list, but once I hit on a few themes, like we
Okay.
just blasted right through it, so it was great. And it was a balance. So on the one side, it was supporting their gaming, where they got really enthused about big gaming headsets.
Yep.
So we got the big old gaming cans. They light up like they're in their favorite colors. They glow. It's going to be great. Gaming mouse. So they got their whole gaming side covered. That's cool. But also, what the other side of it, Black Friday deals, was sports equipment. So the one son adores soccer. That's his game. So I got him the 2 like nets. And then the other kid has shown a ridiculous ability at baseball. Like his hand-eye coordination is sort of like, there's one of those things where I held out my hand for him to throw it, and he just like he pinged it dead, like right in the center.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you kind of raise an eyebrow. You're like, what? Okay.
Where did you learn this?
It's like, that's not from me.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if the mailman's really good at baseball, but I'm going to start to be worried.
You're not allowed to go to your friend's house. Their dad is not allowed to teach you.
But anyway, so I got him some baseball gear, so like a glove, a mitt, and like this T-ball thing that he can bounce off of. So that was like I thought that was a nice balance of, all right, in this household, we love gaming, we have a great time of it. But also, you do need to go outside sometimes. Now, did you find yourself getting any pickups for Black Friday, Cyber Monday?
This is probably the year I got nothing.
Hey,
0 things.
Resist the consumer urge.
Like it was definitely all out there where the wish list would ping like, hey, half of this is on sale. You should buy something. But it was just like it wasn't a deep enough discount, or I'm like already playing games and I'm kind of tired a little bit, and I'm like, I don't want to add so much because then I feel like, oh, I should jump in, right? I bought this, I should experience it in case I need to give it back. But no, I didn't nothing. I didn't go for anything. So I don't know about you, but like,
no, congratulations. That's not necessarily a bad thing. I said I'm of 2 minds. I don't necessarily buy into the super anti-consumerism. I like, occasional things, gifts for the holidays, like you find a decent deal. Could enjoy life. Like life is short. Like joys can be few and far between. So like, grab a little something, enjoy yourself. But also like living for it. Like it's like I need to constantly be purchasing stuff is sure a problem. So it's kind of nice. Good on you. Didn't purchase a
thank
darn
you.
thing.
Yeah.
However, you did try to buy
a
game that you already have. And the best part is you were explaining to me that, and I know that you have this game from our history.
You should have told me. Where were you?
I couldn't believe it. So explain to the good people what the heck you tried to do.
Yeah, so again, I was resisting the urge to buy something on all those sales, but then I was like, oh, you know what? I'm playing Fallout 4. I hear New Vegas is like the top tier of everything. It's on sale. Like maybe I'll get it. Not very much money. And then I had a friend that bought a new gaming PC. I'm like, oh, make sure you sign up for all these free games. Like Epic Store gives away free games. Hold on, let me check what I've got over the years. Log into my account. I'm like, oh.
80 hours logged. How about that?
Look at this. I got New Vegas right here. Oh, well, good thing I didn't buy it over here on Steam. So yeah, I have so many games everywhere that I don't know what I have. And I think that's the problem with owning digital stuff that's not in, like, at least Steam puts it in the library, right? Like, it's right there. But anything else, it's just like, it's like my kids view their toys, right? It goes away in the closet, it comes out later, you're like, whoa, this is new.
How about this?
Yeah.
God, I can't.
So, I don't know. You should have told me. Like, if you knew, I don't know. I'm getting older. My memory's going.
I'm sure like, as we age and we get into our gaming retirement, it might be one of those things that we just every year buy. It's like, Dad, you own this game. You buy this every year.
You're not supposed to buy Skyrim again, Dad. Stop it.
Fushraja. It's like, all right, Dad, you've had enough. So now you almost purchased it. Did you end up playing it, or was it just?
No, I didn't. I just needed to have it.
All this drama for nothing. It's
Pretty
like,
much.
oh, I might want to buy it. Oh, I already own it.
Yeah,
Neat.
no, because like I felt like okay, it'll likely go on sale again. But I was in that like collection mode. Like I like the world of Fallout 4. I hear this one's great. I want to go back into it. And even if I have it, I'm like, well, I kind of want to finish the other one first. And I know myself, I will never go to Fallout 3 after this. I won't.
Yeah.
I will look at it and I might watch a video of it. But I will be sick of 70 hours in a game, and I'll probably need something to break that. But I needed to have it side by side on my little Steam shelf. So it looks nice. So I have, I have all the Final Fantasies there. I need all the Fallout. I get locked into a series, and I kind of have to collect them all like Pokemon. I need them.
Yeah, it's I'm like that with Humble Bundle sales, and that'll be weird. That for sure has resulted in me having multiple copies of a few things across. My worst case, which you might actually, let me ask you, do you know what the worst game is that I have? I have 4 or 5 versions of it.
The worst game, and it's not Skyrim.
Sorry, not the worst game. Which game am I the worst for that I own 3 or 4 copies of?
It's not going to be like a Final Fantasy, right?
No.
Is it Final Fantasy 7?
No.
I don't know then.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's a bit of an obscure. Resident Evil 4.
Oh my god!
I think I own 5 copies of that, and I almost.
Okay, I think you've mentioned that. Yeah.
And I think I almost bought the VR version of it too.
Well, that's different, kind of
ish.
Like it is.
Ish.
I mean,
yeah.
What's one more version at this point? Grandpa, stop buying RE4. But this is the next one.
I bought Slay the Spire twice, although I have it 3 times because I also had it on the Xbox, and that was great. Anyway, I would be curious of other dads what they've done. Hey guys, write to us, newdadgaming.com @newdadgaming. What game have you pulled this on where you've bought multiple versions across multiple systems anywhere else? Write us and let us know. Now, did you first check if you could play it on the Steam Deck?
I absolutely did. That's my gaming platform of choice. Is it yours?
Yeah, I know. So reason for that, the reason I ask is the deals on the original Steam Deck are getting ludicrous.
Yes, they are.
I'll use a word, stupid. It is getting so bargain basement cheap, and I have no business owning a Steam Deck. I don't need it. I have a phenomenal PC. It's a laptop. I can just take it wherever I please. I have, as you'll find it later in the show, I'm optimizing my mobile phone so I can play games on it and game streaming. This device has no business in my household. But then you see the one that I brought up and I told you about. This is the second time I've seen this deal. The Steam Deck 64 gig with 512 gigabyte card for $380. $380, and you could own a phenomenal gaming PC, access to all of your multiple versions of games inside of Steam.
It's not even it's a year old now, but
1 year.
It's brand new tech, relatively, for $380, no tax, Canadian.
Yeah, that's like $60 American.
They're just giving it away. Yeah, no, I feel you because, again, I was looking at selling mine to get the OLED version, but all these prices came down and everyone's fighting each other to undercut. And I'm like, well, there's no point in me doing that. That's crazy. But
I don't know if it's so. Anyways, I honestly brought this up. A, it's a bit funny. B, it was more largely for the fact that it's a PSA for gaming dads. If you've been looking to maybe get into PC gaming or specifically for the Steam Deck, the OG model of it, the first version, is totally fine. You do not need the OLED. And people right now are just trying to get rid of these things because they want to upgrade. They did upgrade already. And the bottom's completely fallen out on the market. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I will vouch for it. Everybody knows that if they're listening to the show, Steam Deck is my platform of choice now. I will always give it props. So,
and even with the 64 gig, how cheap, you can get a 512 gigabyte memory card for $100 or under, depending on when you get it. It's totally possible.
Yeah, I got a 256 for $35.
Yeah. So just a PSA again, I have got to stay strong. I cannot have this device in my household. It is nonsense. I have enough stuff, and as we'll see later in the show, I've already kind of crafted a whole new plan. Mm-hmm. But anyways, PSA for dads. Check it out. SteamDecks on Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, wherever you get your classifieds, because they are selling cheap hotcakes.
I think we should put up a poll, and whatever the poll dictates, Trevor does.
No, I'm not spending. Yeah, and then in order for you to vote, you have to. It costs you $10 to vote.
Okay. You have to give up your Steam Deck in order to vote.
There you go. See, now we're talking. Now, what another game you could play on Steam Deck, or at least you thought you could, was Diablo 4. So I'll lay the groundwork. Is Blizzard came out. They mentioned that everybody gets super excited. Free play weekend. Let's do this. Like everybody can download Diablo 4, hop in, have a great time. Gaming Dad Jeff goes out to Twitter. It's like, here we go, guys. We did it. Gonna try to main this. Get right through. See what happens.
Absolutely.
The roller coaster you proceeded to go on afterwards was just fantastic.
I mean, I was right at the top. I was riding high. I'm like, hey, we will do up a gaming night. I'm in D4. I will meet you at your level, Trevor, and we're going to go out there and beat this game together. It was actually more than a weekend. It was 6 days of this thing. So I'm like, I could do it. I could do it, right? And then that roller coaster just fell off a cliff because apparently I didn't read far enough in their little post saying that there's a level cap of 20, which if anyone's played this game, like, yeah, I guess you're at a tutorial area at that point, like maybe at the end of chapter 1. I'm not sure, but it wasn't very far. And I hit that cap and immediately it stops the game. It's like, yeah, buy now.
Yeah, you like that? I bet you did. Time to buy it.
I bet you did.
I'm not. It feels like a missed opportunity. So I get it. They don't want to just give away. They at this juncture don't want to give away the game for free.
Yeah,
fine. I get you. But what is the? Where does the money? Where does the main money come from? Does the money for a Diablo game, especially that's called Diablo 4, does the money for Diablo 4 come from people purchasing the game, playing it once through? It's like, thank you. And then they leave and they never touch it. Or is the main money driver for Blizzard the ongoing players? Like the constant players, like the season players, like the maximizers. Because those are the people who'd buy seasons passes and armor sets and like other like consumables. I would propose. So I would think. So it's a thought that on like it would seem most beneficial to give it to you for free, so that you can mainline it, get to end game.
I agree with you.
And get a little taste, of end game, and then cut you off. It's like, well, I bet that was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Would you like to continue with that character that you built up in end game? So it feels like a miss to me. I don't know. What's your read on it? Was it just, or do they maybe I'm misconstruing it and they make a ton of money on the sales itself?
I really do. I do think they make the money on the seasons. I think that's where everybody spends everything. And to get you in the door, like you said, if you have a built-up character, you put all this time into them, you kind of want to see where they go off into, right? Like, oh, maybe I will play a little more. I'm really attached to this person. Like, maybe I want to flip platforms, and if that character carries over, that would be even better. And, kind of play with that idea. I know that they do Immortal, right? So, like, maybe it's more that idea. Your entry is free, but, there's certain things that you do have to pay for at the end, and you can experience the story, which is like, again, trying to get you into our world, and then, hey, here, have some fun, but it'll cost you whatever.
Yeah.
So
here's the entrance fee to keep playing. I'm surprised they did. Again, I could see why they would do it, but it's almost a old school approach. It's like, well, the game is the game, and this is the content, and surely you want it, so we'll give you a trial. This is your trial, your trial DVD that comes in a box of checks.
In the cereal boxes, yeah, it is. That's exactly what this was.
And
like, I got the full game. No, you didn't.
Level 20 instead, and just like, so that's too bad. We were thinking about streaming it together, so we were going to be, we thought we'd do a Twitch stream, Diablo 4, try to get Jeff through the game, but kind of fell apart. I'm curious if maybe they'll do that in future. Two things that I'm curious to be it happen in future. Well, sorry, we'll call it 3. Number 1 is, when does it hit the $20 threshold?
It's coming. Yes,
Boxing Day.
Okay, I mean, maybe I will let you know.
And then secondarily, do they do another round of free play, and they do exactly what we're talking about? Like, let's give them a taste, let them play the whole thing, let them get to end game, and then cut them off. Now we're talking. Or lastly, do they go free to play? Like another year, next summer, just, hey, Diablo 4, have it, go. we need fresh blood in end games. Let's play.
I could totally see that happen when it gets folded into Game Pass, right? Like it's not already in there, is it?
No, not currently.
So like if you maybe it's a sign up for Game Pass thing.
So
And
maybe
they get you in that way. I don't know.
I'll be curious to see how they play it, because currently it's an expensive game. Now, I mean, for history's sake, like Diablo 3 was never free. I don't.
No, it was never free. You might have had a demo, but it was the first town. It didn't take you very far.
All right. Have your kids, like, we might have covered it before on the show, but I'd be curious to hear it again. Have your kids done the sampling, the demo game, and has that gone both ways? One, Dad, you have to buy this because I love this demo. I need more. And conversely, oh, turns out, Dad, I hate this game. Please don't worry about buying it for me. Have you had any demo experiences with your kids?
We had the demo, I think it was in June on the PS5, and my 10-year-old loves Diablo. So my 10-year-old was all for it. My 13-year-old could care less. They're in like whatever, Roblox, Fortnite land. But my 10-year-old was all for it, and I told him about this, where I'm like, okay, you're going to download this on your computer. I'm going to start up a game, and we're going to play together. So then when I hit my level cap, like really quickly, I'm like, don't bother. Shut it down. Like, because you can't go back in your character at all, right? So it sucked. But
forget it.
It was, they would totally be into it. I think they would have a great time. They love collecting. They love the loot collecting and how it looks, right?
But so beyond Diablo, have you ever had that similar experience with another demo where it's like kids like, hey, I want to play this. Like, hey, there's a demo, play it, and then let me know what you think. And then they're like, yes, I love it, or no, I hate it.
There's been plenty of games like that, but like I remember. So I don't know if Minecraft had a demo, but I remember maybe it was on iOS like a long time ago. And they're like, Dad, okay, so we need the full game of this, and we need all the DLC, and we need all the little costumes that are in the shop that you can buy. Everything. We need all of it.
Yes. One of my favorite lines now is like, needs a strong word.
Yeah, you need water. You need shelter. You don't need Minecraft.
I need you to get out of my business right now. Sorry. So
we're great gaming parents. I love it. It is great.
Anyway, so I cut you off, though. So they played the demo, and then that resulted in like, oh, it turns out I absolutely adore and love this. I need, like, now you have to purchase this.
Oh yeah, all the time. And I will share things out of my Steam game library that my kids now want. So Undertale was one, right? Like I can share it out of my Steam library, but if I'm playing my deck, it boots them out. So they're like, no, I really like that game, and now you got to get me a copy. And then I'm kind of held like, oh God, do I play offline and have them borrow my copy, or do I get them a copy? And now I'm stuck.
Merry Christmas, guys. Here you go.
Here's the Steam Deck. Dad gets OLED. Yeah.
Dad gets OLED. Yeah, So I found this extra Steam Deck for $350 online. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now let's talk about me creating my own personal version of a Steam Deck.
Okay, yes, please.
So speaking of the Black Friday, currently with a phone deal that I have, I'm going to try to keep this condensed, but it's somewhat winding. I currently have an iPhone Mini 13, which is discontinued. They do not have it. Like I'm one of 6 people that bought this thing, but it's so small. It's amazing. Like you can one hand everything. It's like light. It's gorgeous. It's a fantastic phone. But again, I'm one of 6 people that own it. We get together on weekends. However, so I have, you might remember from previous shows, I have a backbone which connects to and play for it, but the screen is a little bit smaller.
Right.
We come up to Black Friday, and the way I'm currently on, it's a deal where if I trade it back in, I can like re-up for another phone, and you just kind of do that on a 2-year cycle. So here's a phone, but give it back at the end of 2 years. Okay. And they waived fees. They're like, hey, because it's like Black Friday, we'll let you get out of this thing like 4 months early, so you can save like $150. And this thing is on like this crazy deal, so it'll cost like, $8 a month type of thing. So here's where I went. So I went with an iPhone 14 Plus.
Okay.
The base. So it's basically take an iPad Mini, shave off like half an inch, and that's basically now my phone. It's going to be my phone.
Those minis are going to be so upset with you. You've like increased your size 300%.
I'll show up to like the support meeting, and they'll just like sad shake of the head as I pull up my iPad to try to have a phone conversation, and I have to read a reaching broom to get all the numbers. But here's the thinking. So two reasons. Like iPhone 15, the latest version of the iPhone, has done away with the lightning cable or the lightning connector.
Yes.
The backbone that I currently have works with a lightning connector.
Oh,
okay. So I cannot use it with the latest version of the phone.
Right.
They have an adapter, but that's just like funky nonsense.
No one wants a dongle.
Yeah, right. That's the thought of it is very weird.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so it's cheaper. It's a year back. This phone currently is fine. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like I'm hitting any thresholds of like, oh, if only it was faster. So I know a 14 is going to be more than capable enough. And the thinking was like on the slew of devices, why not for these 2 years create my own Steam Deck with this backbone, with the last version of this connector that'll still work, and have a 2-year commitment for trying to embrace mobile gaming a bit more. So creating my own bootleg Steam Deck.
There you go.
With my new phone by shifting from what is this ostensibly a 4-inch phone to like a 13-inch phone.
Yeah, you're going to have fun out there. I don't know, but that's quite the commitment. You're going to be mobile gaming, eh?
The hand is going to be like just ridiculous. And what I'm thinking, it's the game streaming is what I'm really interested in. Like, can I begin to, and especially even locally, like if I can play NHL on the phone while it's just upstairs or around the house. If I can, Diablo 2, which I have like on the Xbox, can I play? There's a whole suite of games that I think I can get myself more into if I can get past a hurdle of the phone. One tiny example though would be Minecraft, which I play with my kids on the weekends. Often I'm using my phone or my tablet to do so. So they'll be on the Xbox, they're playing 2-player. We can do 3, but then you have a tinier box, and it's like, okay, I'll just use my tablet or phone. And again, there it is. There's an opportunity to use it. So in some ways, it's me forward looking. It's like, all right, let's double down on this mobile gaming part. Hey, Marvel's Snap on this is going to feel great because it's going to.
I was about to say, I'm like, this is going to be your perfect portable Snap player.
It's so massive. I can see all the cards. I can see all the details.
Yeah.
Not to mention,
so fast.
Not to mention Slay the Spire and everything else in between. So now, again, I don't know if I'm being foolhardy, stupid, something in between, both. But would love to hear from any of the gaming dads who have perhaps a larger phone like that, and it's helped or hindered their mobile gaming life. Would love to hear from you guys at New Dad Gaming, newdadgaming.com, and that represents a great time to wrap it up there for the week. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to this episode. This has been New Dad Gaming. If you like the show, you can find us on all the major podcast and networks. You can find us on Spotify, Google Play, Google Podcasts, Caster, Apple Podcasts, anywhere we find podcasts. Just search for New Dad Gaming. If you do find us on there, what really helps the show is if you can subscribe. Helps the show boost the ratings. And if you can leave a rating or a comment. That really helps in the algorithms, gets us boosted up, gets us out to the other gaming dads with gaming phones and multiple versions of Fallout 3. Reminder on the question for the week, Gaming Dad questions. Did you have any good game pickups for yourself or your kids on this Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Would love to hear what you might have picked up for this week. Let us know. We'll get your name featured on the show. And otherwise, reach out. Gaming questions, gaming tips, gaming ideas. Would love to hear from you as we continue to figuring out gaming, fatherhood, and everything else in between. Everybody, thank you so much for listening. This has been New Dad Gaming. My name is Trevor, and I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old.
And I'm Jeff. I have a 13-year-old, 10-year-old, and multiple copies of Fallout that I'm going to be playing on my Mini.
Anywhere and everywhere in between.
That's right.
Remember, everyone, just because you became a dad
does not mean it's game over.